I've been playing around with Google's Nano Banana image generator, and I think there is major business efficiency to be gained over here. So today I'll break down 4 business cases so that by the end you have the knowledge to make an impact with the potential this image generator provides. I'll first quickly explain what it is about these business cases that makes them special, and then we'll dive deep into these applications. If you're new to the channel and you don't know who I am, my name is Kaiki Rivera. I help business owners understand and implement AI solutions to the business so that they can scale their operations. I've spent over 1,000 hours building and testing these different AI solutions, and I share all my learnings here on this channel. So, to explain what makes Nano Banana special, it makes sense to compare it to the only other special image generator on the market, which is GPT Image 1, OpenAI's version of the GPT generator, and the only other thing that compares to Nano Banana, to be fully honest right now, in terms of quality. And what you need to understand from this model, from this entire video, is that Nano Banana, aka Gemini 2.5 Flash Image, significantly surpasses GPT Image 1 in image editing, subject consistency, and prompt-based control. So all of these factors here, Nano Banana clearly trumps GPT. And all that this really means is that it is more focused on detail, it keeps things the same, and it is more flexible when you prompt it in the prompting chat, right? So this isn't to say that Nano Banana is objectively better than GPT-1 in all domains, right? It just means that Nano Banana or Google took that one factor that GPT actually lacked and made it very consistent so that we could apply to these business cases that I will present to you today. So with that being said, let's jump into the first one, which is consistent changes to brand design. And we're gonna go into LM Battlefield over here so we can see how the Google model compares to other image generators on the market. So for this first one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my logo. So this is only one of the variations of the Blue Horizon logo. So this is my AI agency. And I'm going to ask Gemini, so the Nano Banana model, to extract this and create multiple different variations on a mood board in multiple different canvases, so cards or business posters, etc. So here I can say create a mood board. All right, so over here we are saying to create a mood board displaying new colors and new gradients for my logo. I would like to see a simple green, a gradient flaring orange, a palette black, and a version of blue of your choosing. So giving like creativity and control to the AI to see what comes up. And I say this mood board must contain different business cards, websites, and any other canvases to display the logo variations. So we're just going to click enter on this. What it's going to do is it's going to generate one that we have to pick from Google, so the Nano Banana model, and then the other one will be from any other provider, and then we have to pick which one actually comes up with the better answer, right? So obviously this is speed tested as well. Clearly the one on the left takes the win. Wow, I'm actually blown away by this. So if we zoom in, we can see the consistency, right? And this is what actually blows me away, is if we zoom in, we can see to the T that my logo has kept the exact same, brush style over it. There's no like different resizing of the shapes of the waves coming in or anything like that. Now, I'm not a design expert, but I know that this consistency and this application within seconds off of a simple prompt is actually a game changer to this, right? This is clearly the Gemini one. If I click this one saying left is better, we are going to see that we actually compared this to another Google model. So this is the Gemini 2.5 Flash Image, which is Nano Banana, and then Gemini 2.0, which just gave us like everything stacked on one card, and it couldn't do the whole mood board. But I'm actually blown away by this. There's so much more to this that I want to show you guys from the test that I've been making, but this is actually incredible. And one other thing that I want to highlight here, this isn't even competing with GPT image anymore, because instead of generating images from scratch, what Google have done is they've gotten really good at taking something and reapplying it to different domains, exactly like Photoshop does. So really in this business case, it is a direct competitor to Photoshop. And I've seen multiple things on X and on social media saying that Photoshop is actually behind now with this advance in technology. All right, so for this next one, we're going to explore the features of Nano Banana to be able to take in an analytics graph and be able to annotate on it real time using the expertise that the LLM presents. So not only are we summarizing data within text, but we are supplying it with visual data and making the AI actually add to that visualization with annotations from its analysis. And what we'll do over here is we'll go to my channel and then copy this analytics board showing the retention of my viewers from this graph, and we can just paste the screenshot over here into the chat itself. Followed by this, I can get the actual transcript for the AI to then analyze and reference when it does annotate on my video. So let me take a second to do that. All right, so just copy all this fun stuff over here until it gets to the bottom. We've got the timestamp so the AI can reference back from the graph. We're just gonna dump everything over here, and then we can start making a prompt. So over here, let's go do this. Good thing Gemini can take a lot of information, and I can say I've attached a retention graph. All right, so here I've said I've attached the retention graph of my video and how it compares to the usual retention of my videos on YouTube. I have attached a full timestamped transcript that correlates to the results you see in the photo provided. So analyze the transcript and annotate key occurrences or things that I said, which are these occurrences, that you think impacted the key retention graph in a notable way, straight onto the graph itself using image editing. Make at least 3 of these key observations. Then I say, here's a transcript, and then obviously this is a dump of stuff that the AI can reference back to. So let's just click this. I don't know if it will actually work on this. We'll see if the AI is actually able to do this or even test it with another model. I don't know, we'll see. All right, I probably fried the entire LM Arena thing here, but we got the 2 results here. So this one's got pretty much nothing, just got the same. Okay, it's just got the same. This isn't a good result either. Okay, what we can do is we can just add this entire prompt and just go straight into Gemini. I'll just go that both are bad here. I don't know what happened there. So neither of them were actually 2.5. That's why it didn't go too right. But let's go to the Gemini one, and we can still get a comparison of the prompt that we just made here. All right, boom, there we go. Dump that, paste it, send it. All right, so now it's generated a lot quicker. As you can see, the graph has remained. Okay, so it's not perfect, right? But it's remained pretty much the same with this editing feature. It is still referencing the specific time frames, and it's analyzing all of this here. So jump and rotation at the start, as I promised to show 3 key principles and demos. So it's saying, okay, when I said this phrase here, that is when it noticed a notable jump in my retention graph. And then it was saying it's pulling the specific data from where. Okay, this isn't that bad. I quite like this. Definitely no other image generator model is being able to do this. And this is something that we'll only see improve from Google, because this is the exact factor that is making it stand out in the entire market, is being able to take this, keep it the same image, and then do the whole AI kind of analysis aspect to it on the same image, okay? So obviously it's not perfect, just something that I wanted to show you. Definitely a business case if you didn't have the entire transcript attached to it. If you just wanted to say like analyze the simple graph or just make notable, annotations, then it maybe could have done that. But nevertheless, really like it. Let's move to the next one. So back on LM Arena here, I've made sure to only pick Nano Banana so we don't get any other random models in this test. But we are now going to test product customization at scale. Okay, so what that means is like if you have any retailers or manufacturers that want to test how different product looks before actually making the entire, design and the marketing, all that sort of stuff behind it, they can just chuck in the product and then the AI will create the changes by itself. And then what we can try to do is try to alter the shoe that we currently have, as well as the copywriting on the ad itself, and see if it makes sense using AI intelligence to, change the color and the actual, copywriting that goes with the color. So over here, we got this original. We can go back over here and make a prompt saying, you are a marketing and design genius. Your goal. Okay, so it says, you're a marketing and design genius. Your goal is to test the format and approach of one ad across many different visual representations by changing the color that it is represented in. Create a mood board of 4 new color palettes of this exact same shoe. Test different headlines which correspond to the idea the color conveys. So I went real kind of deep in this one, but for example, blue equals sad, red equals angry, etc. I didn't say which colors, but I said that the colors need to convey the message as well. So then keep the layouts and comparison of the set the exact same, as well as the idea of loving the game the same, which is what you saw in the original one. You can only change the colors and the text on the headline. All right, put in the shoe photo over there. Let's click enter and see what happens. So that is about 13 seconds. We're getting the output. And oh my days, this is so good. This is insane. The piece in every dribble, the soul in every shot. Blue, love it. Fearless, fired, fueled by fashion. The signature here remains the exact same. So does the logo of the Air Jordan and Nike. Notice the little details coming off of the shoe. Like, compared to the first one that we had, it's the exact same. But the entire design and the colorways and the background and everything, the texture and the writing, it just remains the same, which is like Google have gotten so good at this, and this will actually disrupt so many jobs and industries. learn this stuff now, like learn how to prompt the stuff, because I tried this feature like before and it didn't work, so I had to reprompt. Learn how to prompt these things, because you will get left behind. Photoshop is definitely behind on this. They will definitely like make a power move in terms of business. This is actually like incredible. It blows my mind that how consistent this is once you learn to prompt it right. I might just make this the rest of the video right here, just like sitting and appreciating this work of art that was generated in like 20 seconds. Like the speed of this as well, like no marketer can like run this A/B testing like this so quickly. Yeah, I'm just actually speechless. I might make this like the whole rest of the video. Now we'll move on. For this last use case, we're going to use Nano Banana's capability really to take in any photos and manipulate it in some sort of context to reapply it and make things look really clear as a finished product. So what this means is essentially I can go into here in Google Earth, take like a development section over here. If I copy this and screenshot this entire area, and paste it back into my Google Gemini. I'm not sure if this will work with an LM Arena, so I'm not gonna try it. What I can do here is I can say, create the finished product of this reserve, because it's a reserve being development. So very simple prompt to finish off, but what you'll see is that it takes this very simple context photo, and then it's going to keep everything the same except for the content that I actually asked for it to finish. So this surprisingly took a few seconds, but as you can see here, it has taken in the original photo, not a very good screenshot, right? It's just quite small, not much to go off of, but it has retained that context of like, for example, the cars around the road and that sort of stuff. And it has only edited the content that I asked for it to change, right? As you can see, great output. We have a few trees. I'm not sure what these trees are in the back here. They don't seem to go very well. But this is all stuff that you can specify in your prompt. And again, the main thing that I want to touch on here is the capability of this model to keep things the same and then change very specific content. And so this can be applied to, you know, home development, where you take screenshots of entire areas and ask it to output the certain development of maybe a commercial building, or what it would look like 3 or 12 months from now if it's a major project. This is all the visualization aspect that you can attach to a presentation or anything like that, because after all, we are visual creatures, and it is visual aspects that make us, you know, buy more or tell other people about the things that we have seen or something that we have liked. And this is something that Gemini does like no other model out there. This is another business case that's only going to get better. This isn't perfect. I've seen people do like different perspective like shots and image generations of like the Empire State Building and, you know, landmarks around the road and that sort of stuff, and it's not been that consistent when I tried it. But when you give it a clear example like this, and it's like this root concept of asking it to keep things the same except for the content that you want to change, and it does so. This is world class. So these are 4 business cases that you can use this new Nano Banana 4 in the Gemini app just as much as LM Arena to compare to new models. There's definitely really exciting stuff to do with this. I will definitely be building some really cool stuff. I hope that you're as excited as I am. But in either case, I hope this helped, and I'll see you in the next one.